All right, Eric, welcome in to the half. My name's Eric. My name's Eric Campbell. No,
No, that's Aaron Montgomery, and I'm Eric Campbell, and
I'm
this is
like
the
Ron
half.
Burgundy over here, just reading what's in front of me. So, anyhow, welcome in. My name's Aaron Montgomery with our success group, and this is Eric Campbell, actually the one, the only Eric Campbell. Eric, how are you, sir?
Doing all right. Busy as per the usual. Though some will notice, and we're gonna take bets and see the regular watchers of my other show, The Take Up, who's gonna notice first that I jacked up my beard and had to go back to classic Coke Eric with the goatee this week. We're gonna see who says something first. I'm always surprised at who like wants to comment on personal appearance on
Well,
shows,
you've
but I
just
think it's
given it
gonna
away,
happen.
Eric. You just
I
given
gave
it
it
away.
away here because I figure if you're here, you're part of the deeper tribe.
Yeah,
If you're
that's right.
here,
You get the inside baseball, the inside scoop there. So
so let's just say I started my week by having my razor break, crash, and take off half my beard, and the week has continued apace.
there you go. There you go. Well, it's Friday, baby. So you made it, and here we go, Eric. It's Friday.
It's Friday, man. Hang loose, everybody.
Nice, nice. All right. So Ramona says, "Love this pop up. Good morning,
Good
Justin.
morning.
Time for a 30-minute break. Love it." And Christine says, and this is true, Aaron is giddy because he's going on vacation.
It's maybe the
A
case.
working
Yeah.
vacation nonetheless, but still a vacation. So I'm excited to get out on the road. Kathleen says, better than Coke Zero.
I don't know. I'm okay with Coke Zero. I'm not. We can have that discussion. By the way, you want to start a problem in say Atlanta? You can have a Pepsi. That is Coke country. They don't like that.
Coke versus Pepsi.
Coke versus
I just
Pepsi.
am not a fan of the diet soft drinks. The aspartame just really scares me. So
I'm gonna make everybody sad because I literally have
yeah,
one
yeah.
on my desk. That is a problem I have to get rid of, and I have been struggling with getting rid of the soda like you're doing. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I
big time.
always tease my wife because she's a Diet Coke fan as well.
Yeah.
I always tease my wife and tell her that we're going to have to outfit her with one of those really nice white leather jackets where she, has lots of belts and she gets to hug herself all the time because the aspartame is going to make her go crazy. So, all right, we
Oh,
won't get
man.
into that debate. Nan
For
says
sure.
the goatee looks nice. So there you
Oh, well,
go.
thank you. No, I appreciate it because I was concerned. My wife knows I was walking the house going, okay, tell me this is even right before I got onto my DAX show. Because that's when it happened was literally, I'm like, oh, I need a little trim right before the DAX presentation. Zoot. Half of
Yeah, and
my
this
beard
is
was gone.
this is how bad I am.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it at all. So
I don't expect to. If you're looking longingly at the screen while I'm on here and we have to have a long
all
conversation.
right. Well, yeah.
You shouldn't know. You shouldn't know. I don't
Yeah,
notice.
exactly. So Jeff says, "Grr, Facebook didn't give me a notification." Yeah.
You know what? We need to look at that. I've been having some StreamYard and Facebook problems just today. In fact, I had some issues with StreamYard not announcing one of my shows, so I had to get that republished. I don't know what happened with that. My publication didn't go through on Take Up until this morning.
Huh,
So,
weird.
yeah, we'll look at that. We'll
Oh,
definitely look at that.
Facebook. Why,
Yeah,
oh,
I know.
why must you be so
This is
troublesome?
why so many people are on
I,
the YouTube channel for me now. A lot of people said they've
yeah,
moved to watching on YouTube.
yeah,
So there's
yeah,
always the YouTube guys.
yeah, exactly. Definitely YouTube. In fact, I really feel like Facebook is actually like a social experiment on how badly you can treat your customers and still be the number one social media channel. So,
There may be something to that.
yeah.
Maybe really do that because I feel like some days, and I don't want to say this. I mean, it depends on how you skew. We've talked about this before with where are your people. Facebook. I have so many people who are on Facebook and engaged there that I don't want to leave it. But there's days where the tool itself makes me just never want to touch it again. It's like they just know that they have us and they don't care.
Yeah,
That's sometimes
exactly.
how I feel about it. But
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah. Christine says, I won't say anything in the comments on the take up this afternoon. So
you can if you want to. Don't tell the people who don't know. All the newbies who come from YouTube only. I want to see how long it takes for them to get upset about it. I'm always surprised about people. And this is what Todd said, and I agree with this. People get stressed when we make drastic changes. I wore the wrong kind of hat one time. And everybody called me out that it wasn't like this very specific hat from Sanmar, by the way. So there you go, free advertising Sanmar. This very specific kind of military styled hat. I wore a more standard hat one time, the one that I made, and everybody's like, "That's not the Erich hat." It's not the Erich
Yeah,
hat.
where's the Eric hat? No, and when Todd used to have a big full beard, and he shaved
Yeah,
and
totally.
got all
I
sorts of.
remember that.
I think he looks much better without it, but that's
That's what my wife
again.
said. She's like, I lost 10 years when I shaved it off. I think mostly because I was going gray right here and here. But
Maybe
hey,
I should get rid of this. Maybe I'll look younger as I get rid of the gray. That's a good idea. Okay.
yeah.
Frank, good afternoon. Appreciate you tuning in from across the pond.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Becky says, for once, I'm not showing up at the end. So glad to have you here. All right. Aaron.
The end was the best part, though.
I got it right today.
Aaron. Nice.
Hey, yep,
hey,
good,
what's up?
Good. Hey, Aaron.
Been doing some cool embroidery work. I love that patch she just shared. I'm a big patch guy.
Cool. Mike says, my wife and I have been on Weight Watchers for about a month. I've had to switch from basically gallons of regular Coke to Coke Zero. It's a means to an end.
Yeah, that's where I got on it too. And I have to say, what sucks for me, I had a massive weight loss and then a massive weight gain during COVID, and I got to come back off of it. That's where I'm at. I'm like, returns. We have to look at what those medium steps are. And I'll say that's a business thing too. I've found sometimes we have to do stuff that's not ideal while we're on the process to getting to our ideal state, and that's okay.
Yep. That's a good point. Really good point. So Christine says, I haven't had a soft drink in so long, can't have caffeine and don't need the sugar. So no soda. I'm pretty boring. I drink water. Same here. Cheers.
No, my wife is she drinks water almost exclusively, and she just stares at me. She's like, do you ever drink water? And I have to admit, it took me a long time to get back on it. But I do have this lovely sublimated mug from our own Aaron Montgomery that unfortunately, see, that's the thing. Everybody's like, I'm gonna have to change the emoji now. It's got the beard.
Oh, so I need a goatee emoji now. Not
the merch is going to have to change. I don't know, man. We got to talk about this. My merch guy's just sleeping on me. I don't know.
Yeah. Marianne says you just have to go cold turkey with that Coke. Be gone. I did like 5 years ago. Congratulations, Marianne. That's great.
That's awesome.
But it is true. I kind of kicked the soda habit. Now I have basically I've decided. And maybe I should just not even do this because it's probably a bad idea, but only having soda on full moons.
I mean, I think that is a reasonable way to keep it down to its absolute limit. I know for me, that's like, we talked about this. My wife and I talked about this. I'm like, I want to be on my full-time diet that I did, but I know part of what messed me up is that I am a New Mexican. And if I don't have the proper green chili or burrito count in my life, if I can't have a tamale around Christmas, I'm going to freak out. I'm going to lose it. So I've decided, like, that's my full moon thing is if I can't go to Golden Pride, so all of you Albuquerque people know what I'm talking about. If I can't go to Golden Pride at least once a month, I think that.
All right. Well, I'm coming through there soon, Eric. So maybe you'll have to.
Golden Pride, my man. You got to get yourself a breakfast burrito, Christmas style. Everybody, come on.
All right.
Get some carne.
Melody, this is cool. New Kick, lemonade, and Sprite, 50-50. I've been drinking a lot of Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, lemonade and iced tea. Yes.
Iced tea. Yeah.
Lemonade and iced tea. Absolutely. Though, I love this comment. I have to put this on here.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. First, Justin, rip Eric's beard. I know, man. Much beloved. I was sad when it happened.
Should we just take a moment of silence for it? Or like
we only have 30 minutes, man.
Oh, that's true.
I will say that I love Jeff's comment. And Jeff over at Embroidery Nerd, Full Embroidery Works, go check out his stuff. Awesome education over there. He did a really cool interview last night, by the way. You should check out. But cool. How I feel about Facebook, and then live freezes and crashes mysteriously. I know, right? I'm waiting for the bot to pick up the fact that we have criticized, and Mike is totally right. And by the way, this is why I say have your own website, and I am not living up to this. I need to be updating my website more often. On Facebook, we are not the customers, we are the product. Also, remember that at any time they could just cut this off. If they really want to, they can tell you no more. They end your page. I had somebody who I followed religiously on TikTok. I'm not a big TikToker, but when I went and checked it out, I had somebody who I followed who I was really interested in. She lost her entire page overnight over somebody deciding to report bomb her. They had some people who just reported a bunch of her posts that might have been a little spicy, but not that bad. She talked about some stuff people didn't want her to talk about. And she had a year of building a community that was gone overnight. So remember, social media doesn't belong to you. So though I think we should all use it and be cognizant that it is not your home. You don't. It doesn't belong to you ever. Correct. So have something else as well. Promote the stuff you do on your own in social
Correct.
media. I'm not living up to that yet, but I'm telling
Yeah.
you now,
Yeah.
the way I like to tell people, like when you teach something, you learn it for yourself. Something I need to relearn myself.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, and I think that's a great point. We need to. A lot of people like have social media as their home base.
Yeah,
It's actually the other way around. You need a home base that's your own, and then you use social media to get more people into your home base. So whether and home base can be a lot of different things. You mentioned your
sure.
own website or blog or something like that, but like your email list, that's something that you own. Different things like that. Your customer list, obviously, is something that you own. So. Really good points there. Christine says I should dye my hair or something and see if anybody notices.
For sure. I support this.
We support. Hi, Tom. Thanks for being here.
Tom,
All right.
Buzzards Bay embroidery, real cool stuff.
Yeah, cool. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss a comment there. Becky says I ordered a Dr. Pepper with my supper the other night and couldn't drink it. Was so glad I took my tea with me. Once you don't drink pop for a long time, it's hard to go back. I remember that too. When I finally got over the whole soda, because I drank regular Coke like it was going out of style, and had since I was a kid. Really, I mean, it was kind of how I grew up, and I do remember that. Like after a while, like, oh, I'll just try that. I'm like, oh man, that's not really good anymore. So
yeah, that's hard. I find that to be hard for me. I don't know, because that is something that I look forward to, and it was also something that was like, it was seen in my household as you get off of your job and you have a rough day and you're outside working or you do something, you come home and a cold Coke on ice is a big deal.
Yeah.
What I will say is
sense.
in my early 20s, that became a whiskey and Coke when I got home, which is something I also stopped doing every day.
A lot of other households, it would be ice cold beer.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was ice cold beer in the household too, but that was something that was a big deal. Is like, if you can't have a Coke, well, what's your life like? And I mean, honestly, of course, it's normal, it's fine, you can be just fine. Yeah. But it's like it became more than the thing. I think that's a lot of what we do, though, right? A lot of what we do, the thing we're doing is representing more than the thing itself. And for me, the cold Coke was representing. Also, I'll say this: I remember a time when I didn't have a lot of money and I had to think about whether or not I was going to grab a Coke. I remember that time in my life distinctly. And so for me, it was like the fact that I can grab one whenever I want to, wherever I'm driving past a place, for a little while was a thing for me. Yeah. It was like, I don't have to think about how many dollar bills are in my wallet. Yeah. And I mean, I was a real young kid then, but still that I remember that, and it became a thing to me. So I think that's part of what happens sometimes. We get things stuck in our head that don't really belong together. They get kind of
and I know we're sitting here talking about sodas and Cokes and all that stuff, but there is a larger meaning and purpose to all this. I don't know if you've read Atomic Habits before, Eric. By James Clear.
Sounds super familiar. I don't think so. I've seen quotes out of it. Then I've read people who've referred to it, I believe.
Yeah. So you definitely want to check out Atomic Habits. It talks about a lot of this stuff. Like you said, it's not the Coke, it's the association with that and the I made it. I kind of going back to what those deeper motivations are. And so if there's something you're trying to change, you want to look at that. I think it's a really powerful book. So recommend
I'm going to go ahead and throw that in the comments. There you go, guys. Atomic Habits. There you can find it if you haven't found it.
Sorry.
There you go.
We can't both be pushing buttons, Eric.
Sorry, man.
Right. Yeah. So Mar says just water for me. Ramona says I drink water all day, but it has to be packed with ice. It needs to be cold, cold, cold.
And this is something that got me as a friend of mine was talking about time that he had spent in China. And he said they drink hot water. And that's thought of as like not healthful to drink cold water. And it weirded me out. I always thought it was tea that everybody was drinking. It turns out just hot water.
It's hot water.
Hot water in thermoses. And I was like, because there's an idea of I believe of your energies being harmed by this, that you don't want to get your stomach too cold. It's bad for health. And so I was stunned, because the idea of drinking hot water to me is completely foreign. I have never thought about this concept of drinking just hot water. Now, admittedly, I have gone on coffee and tea benders like mad and
coffee. Speaking of coffee, Frank says water only if it's mixed with coffee.
Yeah, I just saw, I shared it because it got me sideways. I know it's weird, but like I had a picture of when I was doing this cold brew phase where I was making cold brew at night, and then in the morning I'd strain it out, and I was doing this whole cold brew in a mason jar thing. And it was like, at the same time I was like, wow, that's goofy that I was into that, like it was a thing. And then the second thing was, man, where's that jar? That cold brew thing.
Yeah. Nan says I have to kick the soda habit, but I will not switch to diet, so it will be cold turkey. There you
Yeah,
go.
I actually prefer the diet taste. I really do, which I know
Really?
I'm a
Yeah,
horrible
I can't.
person.
I can't stand the diet taste,
I love it.
and B, like I said, I just am.
Real stuff's too high test for me.
The aspartame stuff, man. Nobody can figure out where it leaves your body, and they think that it causes dementia. So that's
I don't know. Like I said, science being what it is. Like I said, I usually drink the zeros with sucralose. Sucralose is like a right bent sugar molecule, but I don't know that makes a difference because it's also something that you don't really process.
Yeah.
But
Todd asks, "What if we kick the Coke and pick up Dr. Pepper?" I don't think that's necessarily.
I don't know. Dr. Pepper is a great mixer for anything, though.
Yeah,
when I have Coke around, I can do rum and Coke. I don't know about Dr. Pepper and rum, my man.
Yeah,
I don't know if the Kraken likes Dr. Pepper. But.
Todd, at least go to like a white soda, would you? All right, come on, man.
So what? Clear soda's better? I don't know, man.
I don't know. Who knows? I mean, you can clean chrome with some of the dark sodas.
Okay, it's all of them because honestly, carbonation is going to give you what? Carbolic acid. You're putting something acidic. I mean, you eat acidic stuff
Eric.
all the time too.
Hey, Gusta, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, happy
Todd suggests the John Daly.
I have no idea what this is.
It is. I believe it's an Arnold Palmer with vodka. I believe.
Yeah. See, how do we always get there, guys? I
don't know. Well,
I don't drink very much at all.
All right, man. We're really getting into this whole soda conversation,
right?
Again, I know. Like I said, I know that obviously as decorators, you didn't tune in to hear about soda, but again, I think this goes to the bigger picture of what are the habits that we have? How do we better ourselves? And
also, what do things mean to us and why?
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
And again, I'm in no way if soda's your thing and you're able to do that and maintain the body weight that you want to maintain and all that other stuff, I'm all for it. It's just we have the ability to make choices on this stuff.
Sure.
But we have to understand, like you said, why these things, your story is perfect, Eric.
Oh yeah.
And that is not a hard thing to break if that's that you change because of those things.
You're starting to get robot voice pretty hard there, my friend. I think I might for a minute. Your video is totally frozen, but yeah, I agree. It's one of those things where if it's attached to another habit or it means something more, sometimes that's really difficult. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that comment from Christine because it looks like you're still pretty frozen. What color should I dye my hair? I'm leaning toward purple, mostly because I've never been able to get a good red with dye. I've seen a lot of people doing the purples and blues. I think they look awesome. I was a weird kid though. People don't get. I kind of seem straight laced. I'm wearing kind of the shirt that I'm wearing and everything else, but I was a weird kid and had I dyed my hair and had weird haircuts and stuff. I was kind of a punk kid, but I like purple. I'm fine with that if you want to. Oh, we lost Aaron. Okay, Aaron, I think you're gonna have to come back in, my man. Oh man, all right. So Aaron's out. So I guess it's the quarter. It's just with Eric for right now. I think he'll pop back in here shortly, hopefully. But let's just go back. Yeah. Ramona says, new Coke or Coke Classic cola history. Yeah, we could always talk cola history. There was that whole period where Coke dropped their brand and went to New Coke, and everyone hated it. They went back to Coke Classic, and then they had massive sales coming off of that. You never know if that was a bait and switch, right? I don't know enough of the history to do it. Christine says, originally I was born a redhead. I forget most people in this industry don't know that I went gray early. And I'm going to say I am bald under this hat. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, yep, it's gone, guys. There's not much left there. I do still have my ponytail because my wife likes it. However, I went bald really early. My dad went in his teens and I went in my 20s, mostly bald. So yeah, I get how that is. Sometimes those changes happen and you don't know what you're going to say about them. We're all clicking buttons again, my friend. See if we can get Aaron back in.
I think I lost audio here in this whole thing. So give me 1 second.
Okay. Aaron is still out with his audio gone. He does not know what I'm saying. So we can say whatever we want to about Aaron. Let me grab some more comments while we're doing that. Okay. My husband drinks 6 or more cans a day.
Can you hear me? Am I back?
Yeah, you're back in, man.
Okay. Sorry.
But yeah, no, I know the sugar. That's why I kind of did the diet. But I will say I'm overusing the caffeine. But I don't know. Yeah, it's turning into a Coke commercial. Yeah, we can talk about other stuff. Certainly, we can talk about other stuff. Like I said, we were talking about with Christine about her hair color, and I would say it is surprising. I know this is kind of a weird thing. I don't want people to get worried about being on camera, but I will say it's surprising that there are a certain subset of people who think they can just kind of talk about your personal appearance. I talked about that with Lisa Shaw recently. Sometimes she gets weird comments too, and I've gotten some strange ones. But what I'll say is this: by and large, it is the minority of people when you get on screen. And if you come with value and information, and with a good heart and good personality, people are going to vibe with that with you. They're not going to be generally doing that. And honestly, if they have that kind of commentary, what do we care what they think? But yeah, I will say, if you do dye your hair, there will be talk about it. Get ready to derail one of your shows.
It's all right. Yeah. And you know what though? Like, yeah. And I think the other thing to think about there is, if people have that need, it's because they're jealous of you. It's because you're doing something, right? They want what you have, and that ability to dye your hair and be on camera and be okay with it, all that kind of fun stuff. So.
And I think that's it. And I'm going to be honest personally, and Aaron knows this. I'm a nervous speaker. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're a natural speaker. You want to be up there." And I'm like, I sometimes over prep. I get nervous especially before conferences still. Before I do live stuff, I always get a little nervous, and I pace and I do the whole bit. So just because you see somebody who looks like they're having fun, and we do have fun on the shows, doesn't mean they're not nervous, doesn't mean they don't struggle on the way there, doesn't mean they're not, gritting their teeth with their slides the night before freaking out. A lot of us do. So don't feel like the people who are in front of you all the time who have done shows for years don't still have some of that going on. I always say it's like a duck on the water. We might look pretty calm on top, but underneath the feet are kicking.
Looks like I'm having connection issues again.
Looks like you are freezing up again. And Jeff puts it nicely. We jumped in the auto-tune mode. Yeah. Yeah, that's still happening. And I agree with Lisa also. The conversation is all part of the atmosphere. Yeah, no, I agree. I like that we talk about other stuff, but I also like that we tie it back into things that are important to everybody. And to add to that, since Lisa did kick in, I do it with a slice of lime. Yum. Yeah, Coke with lime. I like a Diet Coke with lime. But I am, like I said, I am a person with no taste, I guess. So yeah, that's just how it is. Kathleen says, OMG, Eric, me too. Yeah, no, I'm still a nervous person. I mean, do I get on here? I'll say the half has been great because we don't do a lot of prep. And for some reason, for me, the prep seems to feed that energy for me sometimes. I'll be doing the prep and I'll over prep and I'll freak out. That's, for me, sometimes the prep is part of that. But yeah, it helps quite a lot. And that's really helpful. And actually, here's something really cool. We'll go ahead and it looks like we lost Aaron again. I'll grab some more comments and talk. We know who's going to get cut off if I'm the only one left on, but all your bets are invalid. People who are betting on who gets cut off. Christine says, I'm over worrying about my appearance on camera. I get in my head about it, so I just don't think about it. I want to keep what I'm doing, so I need to focus on that. Yeah, me too. I worry about how I look on camera, and I know that's not normal. I guess people think dudes don't do that, but hey, this dude does. I worry about what I look like on camera, and like I said, I was beside myself once I accidentally hacked off a good part of my beard. Rest in peace, Eric's full beard. But I think also after everybody's saying, like my wife saying she liked it, I'm probably keeping it like this for a minute. But Melanie says, I've been following my high school speech teacher lately. She's been doing short live chats about how you speak with and connect with people. I love that. You should share some of that stuff if it's out public, because I think people really don't always know how to get there. I love that stuff. So it's, I think it's a good thing. I think people talking about how we connect and how we can be more natural and how we can get out in the world and talk is good, because the more we add to that conversation, the better we get. Looks like we have Aaron back. Nope, no audio. You're still, your mic's not on, my man.
I was trying to get rid of the auto tone, so I turned off the mic. But
there you go.
Is that better?
There you go, man. Looks good. And obviously, people are talking about it. The aspartame gotcha. Apparently, there's that one.
Must have.
Jeff sharing my pain. Jeff, I started going bald at 18. Oh, well, I think I'm already gray. Yeah, I'm getting both now. Unfortunately, I found that I love every once in a while I'll have pictures, like Aaron's got a picture of me in the lead in for the two other guys, and I'm like, oh, that beard with that color was nice. I remember that one.
Nice. All right, so where are we at here, Eric?
We were talking about not wanting to worry about stuff on camera. We're going to jump with Christine. Yes, nerves always before I do my weekly show or seminar or whatever, even though I love doing it, always nervous before. And I'll say, yeah, I agree. And here's the thing I want to say that is kind of awful. I tease with my wife. She's like, oh, you love doing the shows. I go, I love the moment right after I'm done teaching. That is my favorite moment. And it's honestly, I'm still in it. The people are there and we're talking about it. There are excited people who are running up to the table who are having questions. And I'm also done with the part that I'm worried will break.
Yep, indeed. We just had a training inside our success group on Wednesday night about mastering live video, and nice. Yeah, I mean, I've done hundreds of these types of programs over the last 3 years, and things like this happen, and things like, but like you said, it's nerves happen. Honestly, I think if you're not a little bit nervous, then you're not doing something that's big enough, right? It's not enough. I think the nerves are just a way for us to go, hey, we're pushing a little outside of our comfort zone. This is where success is. That's my notification that it's something worth doing. So yeah. I mean, the half, like you said, fun, laid back, but still, I'm worried that my internet's going to go down and that kind of stuff. So, in fact, Todd says running a sweatshop is killing your bandwidth. So we got a sewing machine, and my wife was doing some sewing this morning. So apparently now I'm running a sweatshop. So Todd even made a shirt for me. Aaron's Sweatshop, established 2021, that kind of thing. So,
nice. Yeah. Real great, Todd.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had to go up and crack the whip and get my sweatshop employees off the internet, apparently. So just kidding. All right. Jeff says, prep for 5 minutes before live. What should we do? If I prep too much, I get distraught on camera.
Yeah, no, that can be real. I'll say I have both problems, because sometimes on the take up, because honestly, the take up is something I do that's kind of off time. This is something that, Brian and Brilliance, he's really cool, lets me just be me. But sometimes I don't get enough prep time. And if I have no prep, it is just as freaky to me as if I have too long to prep. If I prep for too long, I will overthink it. If I don't have any prep, I feel like I'm going on my pants on fire. The funny thing is, and I'll say this, a lot of people probably cultivate the same thing I do. I have a guy that shows up. There is a version of me that is on stage, Eric, who for some reason, I'm so lucky, I'm crossing my fingers, I shouldn't mention him out loud because he'll disappear, who shows up when it's time to do the show and goes, and it's all right. But that guy does not show up until the minute that live is on. Like, he's not here to make me feel any better. He is only here once I'm already live.
Yeah, exactly. And Lisa says, you guys should see me rock out before I go live. Pretty scary. 80s big hair band dance and stuff like that. I mean, getting that energy. I love that for sure. I
love that.
So one of the things that I like to do is I'll take my palms face up and I just start down here. And right before we go on, especially like two regular guys and stuff like that, I'll go like this. And it's just a way for me to like bring good positive energy over myself and, bringing things up. And it's a reminder for me internally that, hey, smile, you guys can't, well, I'll pull it off and show you. I've got this right below my camera.
That's right? Awesome, dude.
Little picture reminds me of that kind of thing. So yeah, do those things when you're going live, and there's nothing wrong with that. Heck, Eric, not every Friday, but most Fridays, I wear my favorite socks, and you know what my favorite socks are because you got them for me, and I appreciate that very much. Nobody's going to see my socks, but it makes me feel good, right?
That's one that my wife teases me about all the time. I can't work until my shoes are on. And I know that is so weird. She's a flip-flop, walk around barefoot all day. Totally cool. She's doing high-level studying for her medical stuff, and she does not have to do this stuff. I get dressed to go to work. The button-up shirt comes on. The shoes are on. The laces are tied. I'm ready to go. Yeah. I go to work. And and that's honestly, you come from that work background. That's just one of those things.
Yeah. And on that is really cool, Eric, that you mentioned that, because that ties back to what we were talking about with the soda. Those are all keys that are the habits that we have that are just naturally.